Hello everyone and welcome to the third quarterfinal of Come Your Bits Grand Tournament 3. Till now we've had two quarterfinals in which Rati, Anand, Neha and Jeet have qualified into the semis. Today the next two slots will be filled by two of our four participants who are Ava, Jitendra, Raj and Shreya. Some you've already seen them before also, and I'll just wish them all the best and we'll start off.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
So the quiz rules are just like everyday else. You the order for today is Ava, Jitendra, Raj, and then Shreya. After the first half, it will be reversed as Shreya, Raj, Jitendra, and Ava. And please try to attempt all questions. There's no negative marking here, so there's no loss there. Okay, Shreya is trying to gather as many fun points as possible by adding beanies. So without any other delay, we'll start off with the first question for Ava. So Lavi on Rose or Lavi on Rosa is the signature song of a popular French singer Edith Piaf, written in 1945 and popularized in 46, and then released as a single in 1947. The song became very popular in the US in 1950 when 7 versions reached the Billboard charts. These recordings were made by Tony Martin, Paul Weston, Bing Crosby, Ralph Flanagan, Victor Young, Dean Martin, and Louis Armstrong. In 2014, another new rendition was sung by an actress and was popularized as well for the younger generation. Who was the actress and where did she sing it?
Um, I don't remember the actress's name, but I think it was the mother in How I Met Your Mother.
Okay. Do you want to take a guess for the name?
No, I don't remember her name at all. The mother.
Okay. So I'll give you part points for How I Met Your Mother, but I'll take it forward to Jitendra for the name.
Britney Spears.
Okay. Not Britney Spears. Going to Raj.
No, I just know one or two characters from How I Met Your Mother. Is it someone called Robin?
Okay. I'll give points for the right name for the mother
Oh,
also, but if Shreya gives me the name of Shreya, if Shreya gives me the name for the actress, then obviously she'll get the points. Uh,
Cool.
okay. I can give the actress of that if you want.
Now so your turn went away.
You're talking about the Robin character, no?
So Raj said Robin, which is
You know
not
the
right.
Robin character, no?
This is Robin Scherbatsky person. Is it like I don't know the
No.
answer, but since like we were going there, I would say like what Kobe Smulders. I'm forgetting. Sorry, that's all I know.
So not Kobe Smulders.
Kobe.
Uh, so Ava already gets part points for How I Met Your Mother, and I'm still looking for the name, so I'll give you one hint. This woman was also in, let's just say, this woman was Leonardo DiCaprio's first wife in Wolf of Wall Street. So
Oh,
obviously, it's not Robin Schabotsky.
I can see her face very clearly in my head, but I just can't remember her name.
Since we don't have that much time to actually let you make a sketch out of it, you need to give me a name. Either the character's name or the actor's name. Character's name will fetch you a little less than the points which were assigned, but
Victoria.
not Victoria. Going to Jitendra.
so what's her name? I can't see my meaning.
You can't?
Uh, what's the name? What's the name? Margot Robbie.
Not Margot Robbie. Going to Raj.
I have no clue. Pass.
Shreya.
I know her face. I don't know her name. Sorry. Pass.
Okay, so we'll close it here. Ava gets 5 points for How I Met Your Mother. The answer I was looking for was Kristen Milioti. Kristen Milioti, also known as
Oh,
Tracy McGonnell from How I Met Your Mother. She sang La Vie en Rosa, and that became popular in 2014. So, with 5 points, Ava has opened her account, and the next direct is for Jitendra. Now, X is indigenous to the Mediterranean region. Wild X grows in the Levant region, where it might have been first cultivated. The ancient Egyptians used it for embalming. The ancient Greeks used it in their baths and burnt it as an incense in their temples, believing it was a source of courage. It spread throughout the Europe and was thought to be due to the Romans, as they used it to purify their rooms and to give an aromatic flavor to the cheese and liquors. It was also used as incense and placed on coffins during funerals, as it was supposed to assure passage into the next life. I want you to tell me what particular plant product are we talking about? Mute, Jitendra.
actually, I have no idea about it, but I'll just guess it. So, is it aloe vera?
Not aloe vera. Going to Raj.
I'm confused between two,
Yeah.
and I'm overthinking between them. Uh, but I'm going to guess, because there's Levant here. I'm going to guess lavender.
Good guess. Good guess. But not lavender. Going to Shreya.
And it's probably the
Hi. My
Yeah.
turn, right? my guess is thyme.
Is that your final answer?
Yes, it's my final answer. I thought of it the moment I read the question. I have no idea though. Because
It
it's
is thyme.
fuck.
So thyme was used. I mean, there were two options for this, either thyme or sage, and thyme is the right answer.
Looks like dhania.
Most of them look like dhania.
kind of like that stronger flavor.
So now Shreya has also opened her account with just a second, with 10 points, bringing the next direct to Ava. Now, this discography of a renowned composer has a unique link, except for the case of The Fruit Machine and World Apart. Now, whose non-exhaustive discography is this, and what is that connect between the two songs? So you can see Moonlighting, Success is the Best Revenge, so on and so forth. There are two parts to the question. To whom does this discography belong to? And the second part is, when we talk about The Fruit Machine and World Apart, what is the common connection that no other song has?
I have no idea where to even start with this question. Sorry, pass.
Okay. Going to Jitendra.
I can only guess the composer, not what is connecting between. So I'll
go for it.
guess Pink Floyd.
Not Pink Floyd. Going to Raj.
Uh,
Hmm. Hmm. I don't know. A.R. Rahman or someone.
With 1 fun point, we'll go ahead to Shreya.
Preetham. Preetham should have been.
Hey, I'm gonna say because I don't know, yeah, stupid answer. Florence and the Machine. So it's Florence. I have no idea. Okay, that's my answer. Final.
Okay. Do you want to take a guess at the connection? Okay. So not the right answer. I'll give you one hint and we'll go for 5 points now. For 5 points, 2.5 will be to identify the discography and 2.5 will be for the connection that Fruit Machine and A World Apart has. The hint here specifically focuses on, for the first part, focuses on The Greatest Showman. And the second phase is something about co-producing. So we'll go another round starting with Ava.
I still don't know, but since you said The Greatest Showman, I'm gonna say Zac Efron, and the connection is that he's hot everywhere. That is the connection.
Apart from the Fruit Machine and World Apart.
Yes.
Okay. I'm giving you 2 fun points for that, but not the right answer. Going to Jitendra.
Yeah, I really don't know.
You need to say the word pass if you want to pass. I mean, I'll wait if you say I really don't know. ऐसा हो चुका है कि मैं really don't know पे आगे बढ़ गया. And they're like, नहीं मैं guess मारूंगा.
वो guess भी नहीं माना. I'll just pass.
Great. So Raj.
I'm just gunning for fun points now. वो भी अभी मेरे को कुछ आइडिया नहीं आ रहा फन आंसर. I don't know. Mozart. Pass.
So going to Shreya.
I had a fun answer, but I forgot it. I forgot. I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh yes, Adele. That was my answer because she's British, right?
And the connection.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
So not Adele and not the British Connect. The right answer is Hans Zimmer. All these songs were produced by Hans Zimmer, and The Fruit Machine and A World Apart were co-produced with Stanley Mayers. So that was the connect. Nobody gets this question. So since it was Ava's direct, the next question will also be for Ava. Now, initially known as La Ciudad de los Niños, translated as City of Children, Blank's first location opened in Santa Fe, Mexico City in September 1999. In its first year, it exceeded all expectations, attracting nearly 800,000 visitors, and today, some 10 million children have visited this flagship location. Now, it came to India by Imagination Edutainment, with X as the brand ambassador and 26% stakeholder in the venture. So you just have to tell me what is the, what do you call, City of Children, which we know it, what is the name that we know it now with, that is the blank, and the brand ambassador X.
Okay, I'm gonna go with SL World.
That is for your
And-
blank. Okay. And
the SL World for the blank and X for Shah Rukh Khan for X.
okay. Obviously, SL World is not the right answer, but Shah Rukh Khan is. So I'll give you the part point for that. And I'm still looking for the name that is X. So we'll go to Jitendra.
Okay, so it's like a, I think children's store something. So what it could be? Lego store, maybe.
Not the Lego store. Going to Raj.
This is Imagica.
Good guess, but not Imagica. Just like SL World, Imagica is also an Indian production. Going to
Oh,
Shreya.
Just following the trend, I'm gonna say Wonderla. I don't know anything else.
Okay, not Wonderla. We'll go another round. So till now, the parks that you've been saying, that is SL World, Imagica, Wonderla, these are all Indian ones. Now this particular one that came to India from New Mexico. Before that, it had other locations as well. Sorry, Mexico City. It had other locations. When it came to India, it was advertised as an experience, not exactly a park, but an experience where people, where children understood how different trades work, different occupations work. So we'll go again with Ava.
No clue. Hamleys?
Not Hamleys. Going to Jitendra.
Actually, I zoned out a little bit. Can you please give the cue again?
So this particular park, it basically is not exactly an amusement park like SL World. This one, on the contrary, focuses on the different occupations that people have, and children used to get an experience of what exactly people do in that occupation.
No.
So like kids get to role play.
Byju's?
Not Byju's. Going to Raj.
Because Shah Rukh Khan.
यार मुझे ना there is one of these at RCT Mall Ghatkopar. I used to see it every time I went to watch a movie there. But मुझे अब नाम याद नहीं आ रहा उसका. One second, let me just think of the name. Shit, I should know this. Like, I know kids who've gone there. Like, you can be
Just so
like
you know, I mean, just so I give you some clarity, if you've gone to that mall to watch movies and you saw the store, you also might have seen the ad of that place in the movie theater.
Yep.
They played
Yep,
before
yep.
the movies. Yeah.
Yep. But नाम याद नहीं आ रहा ना. That's the problem. Shit. How can one go blank like that? I hate my brain. I can think of 10 random facts that would be of no help right now. यार नहीं आ रहा. Sorry, pass.
Shreya.
No point wasting time. Give me 1 point for RCT Mall. Na?
I am going to say go-karting. I have no clue. Thank you.
So, okay, nobody gets this, the second part of the answer, obviously. So for Shah Rukh Khan, Ava gets 5 points, and the answer is Kidzania. Kidzania, where children go and get the experience of adult occupations. So since Ava got the maximum points in this particular question, the next direct is for Jitendra. In 1945, a senator proposed a bill to use the proceeds from selling surplus US government war property to fund international exchange between the US and other countries. With the crucial timing of the aftermath of the Second World War and with the pressing establishment of the United Nations, the X program was an attempt to promote peace and understanding through educational exchange. So, this person, Fulbright, established several programs in bilateral forum. So, with different countries, there were programs established. What is the name of the the Indo-US program that was established by Fulbright?
Indo-US program. Is it that program that includes those 7 Asian countries?
No, it's not focusing on Asian countries.
It's only focusing on India and US program.
Yeah.
Yeah. No man, no clue. I'll pass.
Okay. Going to Raj.
Trivial tournament, people travel from one place to the another and countries and stuff. नहीं
नाम
आता है. Trivial tournament. I don't know. Pass.
Okay. Going to Shreya.
Is it the Nehru Fulbright Scholarship Program? Because that's all I know.
Brilliant answer. It is the Fulbright Nehru Scholarship Program.
Dude, yaar, academics. कुछ तो फायदा हुआ.
So, yeah, Fulbright Nehru was created for master
नाम
students.
ही नहीं सुना कभी.
So,
I come here to learn, not to win, is what I tell myself on days like these.
वाह.
great answer by Shreya, bringing the
खुद
next
को
direct.
सहानुभूति.
I know, right?
वो तो मैं end में दूंगा ही सबको. But great. Going to the next question for Ava. Now, these are a few different types of beers. Dansberg, Denzongo, Denzong 9000, sorry. Joom, Himalayan Blue, India Special, Dansberg 16,000, so on and so forth. These beers are made by India's third largest brewery, and it is based in Sikkim. I want you to tell me who exactly owns this Sikkim-based brand. If you look at, I would just give you right away before anyone attempts an answer that you should look at the list.
I'm gonna say Dansberg owns it because they appear thrice on the list.
Great linking, great deduction, but almost on the right track. So, okay, yes. So, not the right answer, obviously. I'll give you some fun points for that, but going to Jitendra.
What did she say?
She said Dansberg is the person's name.
Oh, okay.
श्रेया क्या कर रही है?
Is he मालिया क्या नाम है उसका? राज मालिया. अरे क्या नाम है? अरे some Malia, I don't know. That Kingfisher owner.
Not the right answer.
I don't know his name.
Not the right answer.
Vijay Malia.
Okay. So not the right answer though. Vijay Malia owns India's largest brewery, not the third largest brewery. Going to Raj.
I don't know. Dansberg route se mera mind is on Carlsberg. I'll say Carlsberg, although it's probably not it.
Good guess, but not Carlsberg. Going to Shreya. Shreya, तुम mute पे है.
Yes. This is Yuxo. I think that's because it's fun fact. Tibetan friend from Sikkim.
So not obviously Yuksop. Going to
Oh shit.
we'll go another round with Ava. Now this person, the owner is an Indian actor from the 70s, still works in movies. And the reason why I said you should focus on the list is because he has used parts of his name in the brand. So like first two only, they have parts of his name. And from time and again, he's used it. So we'll go another round. He's a Sikkimese actor, very popular. Probably lives
There's
around
no
your
movies
house only,
also.
Ava.
What was the last thing?
I'm just saying probably lives around your house only. Just a question. Everyone left the spectator group, right?
Yes, I think I was the first one to leave.
Okay.
Yes.
I have no idea. Is it Arjun Rampal?
Does he live near your house?
Yeah, he does.
Okay. So
It's
not
70
Arjun,
sector, no?
not Arjun Rampal going to Jitendra.
With Danny Denzoppa.
Brilliant answer. It is Danny Deng Zongpa. So Dansberg, Denzong, these are all from his name only, and he owns
Denzongpa.
the third largest brewery of the country. With this, Jitendra
It's the
now.
old monk one, right? The Mohan something distillery, something.
No, Mohan Meekan is from Ghaziabad, model town Ghaziabad.
Also, I feel like I should get part points because I said Denzong. I feel like
You
it's a
you
connect.
said Dansberg. You
Oh,
also
did
don't
I?
remember what answer you gave.
Sorry, my
So,
bad.
Yoksom की है ये brewery.
I am not that sure. If it is, I will later on add it. I'll have to cross check. I have not read it. Yeah, please keep the chat a little vacant here. फोन पे मैं चेक कर रहा हूँ. So, yeah. Jitendra now opens his account. And anyway, the question was who
Finally.
owns it. So I was actually looking for the answer was Danny Denzongpa. I can obviously give a few points to Shreya. Okay. So with Jitendra opening his account, the next direct goes to Raj. Now follow the anecdote. It's interesting to note that no physical red, blue, or white crowns have been ever found by archaeologists. Some historians believe that these crowns might have only been shown in paintings, statues, or caskets to symbolize the importance of the one who wore it. Only metal headbands and pieces of the crowns have been found in ancient archaeological sites. Now, I want you to tell me what are these crowns that have been mentioned above?
Red, blue, and white. Metal headbands and pieces of crowns. Okay. Crowns, yeah. Who? Can you tell us what do we call it? What dynasty of people we're talking about or something?
No, that will be in the hint that I'll give later.
Okay. Okay. So crowns that symbolize the level of importance of people who wore it. Is it something to do with bishops and stuff? I don't know. That's one thing. But okay, like that would be my guess. Metal headbands, all I can think of is ninja headbands from Naruto. So unless there's a secret ninja society hidden in history with accurate headbands and stuff like that, then probably that's the answer. But my guess is is it something to do with the clergy, bishops, and all of that? Did they wear something like this?
Good track, not exactly the right track, but yeah, good guess, but not the right answer. Going to Shreya.
I have no clue, Aditya. I was gonna say TR, but please give me 1 point. I don't
What
know.
was your answer
Tiara?
of?
I don't know. That's it.
So obviously it is not a tiara, so I can't give you any points. going
Thank you.
to
Why did you ask off? I don't know. Embarrassed.
if
you.
if you would have specifically told me who wore it, that had part points.
Dude, is it Tiara of Cleopatra?
I can't. I mean,
I'm giving
yeah,
that
not
as
no
my
no no.
final answer.
Yeah, not the right answer. So
Haan,
She
okay,
already
thank you.
passed. She already passed. No?
Okay, fine.
Ava,
Are these Native American headdresses?
good guess, but not Native Americans. Going okay, since it okay, Jitendra is left. So
So, Mesopotamia somewhere.
could you be a little more specific? You're on the right track. So
Uh, the Queen of Mesopotamia wore it.
okay, not the right answer. So I'll go one more round, starting with Raj. Now the hint here is again the word that Ava used, headdress, is accurate. Shreya was very close with Cleopatra. So we'll go another round. There's just a
Give me
minor
points now,
nine,
please, na,
it's just the right track. It's not the right answer. So
Okay.
Raj will go another round with you.
Was Shreya talking about the right civilization? Okay, I will take that as Aditya can neither confirm nor deny. Steely silence. You break my heart, Aditya. Okay. I'm not sure, but did Egyptian pharaohs wear different headdresses?
Brilliant answer. It is the pharaoh's headdress. So now Raj also has opened his account with 5 points.
Thanks, Shreya. यार उसको दे दे यार fun point क्या कुछ
So
part point.
the whole point was that the headdresses were specifically meant for male rulers. The Cleopatra, they actually
Okay.
wore something which was similar to tiaras. So since tiara was not the answer, I couldn't give her any points. But yes, for the Yuksom answer, I have given 2 points to Shreya. And probably she's drinking also some Yuksom only. I'm just glad she's yelling things when it's on mute.
I am drinking, yes. I am drunk. Enjoying a lot.
So with Raj getting this question, the next direct is for Shreya. So I hope your state of inebriation does not inhibit you from reading. In the mid 1800s, the Sepoy Mutiny was the first revolution against the East India Company, where the act was not localized. It was very much vast. The mutiny gathered support from various regions of the country, but it definitely started from a garrison in Meerut by the company's Indian soldiers as a protest to the latest infantry practices, which was commonly addressed with a 3-word phrase. So you can either tell me what was the practice or what was the 3-word phrase that was being used.
Dude, I know the entire history of this fucking Sepoy mutiny, but मेरे को phrase नहीं पता.
So tell me what.
It was like this cartridge thing that was a problem.
What was the problem?
The problem was that there were these cartridges that were problematic for Hindus as well as the Muslims to put it in the mouth and break it. So it was religious sentiments wala issue.
Why? This is a very nice Viva answer, but why? Why? Why was it problematic?
Because the Britishers said you have to use it.
And why?
Sorry.
Why did they, refuse to put it in the mouth?
Because religious sentiments was problematic. Because
what was?
वो pork का था और beef का था. Hindu
so that
and
is what
Muslims
I'm asking. That is what I'm asking.
Yeah, I'm a political science student. Yeah, Aditya, I have to know this.
You need to know the specifics, na? Religious sentiments. वो तो तुम ऐसे बोल रहे हो जैसे मोदी जी ने question पूछा है. It's not like that.
cow
Take
and pork. Yeah, yeah.
So bite the
And-
cartridge was a phrase, and
Poke.
the so yes, there was
Yes.
animal skin in the
I
cartridges
know.
for the
Yeah,
rifle
yeah, yeah.
bullets, and
Yeah,
there was a lot of revolt here because the Parsis never had a problem
know.
making it. So there was this entire thing that
Yeah.
there was this
I know
entire
where it
thing.
started from.
Yeah.
I know
So
everything.
Shreya gets 10 points. Shreya gets 10 points for bite the cartridge or animal skill cartridges, bringing the next direct for Ava. Now, the Forer effect is a psychological phenomenon in which individuals rate descriptions of their personality, which are supposedly tailored to them, as having high levels of accuracy. In reality, the descriptions are vague, very vague, so that it can be anyhow applied to a wide range of people, just like in astrology. Now, same phenomenon is also described after the name of an entertainer from the 19th century, known for his magnanimous production value. What was Forer effect also known as? What effect or what exactly was the name of the entertainer after which the name was then redone? This is Ava's direct, just saying.
Entertainer from the 19th century. What kind of entertainer this person was?
I can't answer that right now.
Um, I have no idea. I'm gonna say Charlie Chaplin.
Okay, not Charlie Chaplin. Going to Jitendra.
Is the entertainer related to film industry or magic shows or something related to?
I can't answer that right now.
Forer effect. Forer. Something Oppenheimer related to it. No. Also, no. Entertainer. Hanks.
Which Hanks?
Tom Hanks.
Okay, not Tom Hanks. I mean, not any Hanks for that matter. Going to Raj.
19th century is 1800s, right?
Yeah.
Is it early 1800s or late 1800s? Not that I know anything, but just for the sake of it.
तुम मंगल पांडे थोड़ी बोलेगा early 18 late 18 जानते हैं.
Okay. Descriptions are vague and can be applied to a wide range of people. Effect, psychological phenomenon, personality, I don't know, Harry Houdini or something. Houdini.
Good guess. Actually, good guess, but not the right answer. Going to Shreya.
I don't know. Sorry. Pause.
We'll go one more round with Ava with a hint now. The hint is something that I if I say that, it's very obvious, so I'll just reverse it. The hint is Hans Zimmer.
P.T. Barnum.
Brilliant answer. It is the Barnum effect. So Ava gets
Okay,
5
please
points.
explain how it connected with the hint. I'm very clueless here.
Hans Zimmer, P.T. Barnum. This is from The Greatest Showman. The Greatest Showman music was by Hans Zimmer. Great. So Ava gets another 5 points, which brings the next direct for Jitendra. The completion of the LIC building in Chennai in 1959 was the beginning of a new era in Indian architecture. It remained one of its kind for 2 years till the Usha Kiran building in Mumbai was built, and then the onset became very rapid across the country. Now, what new trend had LIC started in 1959?
New trend means new business started.
Trend. I mean,
Because
it's,
LIC was a
again, it's written
financial service provider
architecture,
at the
so I
time.
am looking at architectural answer.
The company for 2 years till the Usha Kiran building in Mumbai. Then the onset became rapid across the country. What that LIC started in time. Beginning of new era. That क्या बोलते हैं यार AC vent started in all the buildings.
Good guess, but not centralized AC or AC vents. Going to Raj.
Centralized AC, I'm sorry.
That was actually going to be my first guess. I'm going to go with my second guess. Did they use elevators?
No, not the right answer. Going to Shreya.
Did it start skyscraper trend? That's all I know.
Brilliant answer. It was the first skyscraper. The LIC building of Chennai was the first and the tallest at that time with 12 floors, after which Usha Kiran went for like 14, and then it became a normal thing. So Shreya gets 10 points for
Yeah,
skyscraper.
what are you drinking, by the way?
You so
वो भी
much.
लाना चाहिए जो भी है.
So I'm drinking this new beer that I had for the first time today. It's called B by like it's B like honey bee wala B double E Be Young. It's called. It's yeah. Sorry.
Hey,
I'll show you guys.
nahin.
Sorry, it's on recording. Okay.
It's a PG,
Aditya
it's a
late हो रहा है.
PG-13. You cannot
Bye
show.
bye.
मेरे माँ बाप देखते हैं.
हाँ.
Please,
So-
मुझे सारे fun points अभी चाहिए. Okay, from all. Okay, please. Took a risk, guys.
You're already winning. You don't need fun points.
Okay.
So Shreya gets 10 points for skyscraper, which brings us to the first half. Just a second. First half of the quiz. Now the order will be changed. And we'll start off with Shreya, then Raj, Jitendra, and lastly, Ava. So Shreya, this is your question.
Ayush, can you just give me 2 minutes?
Sure.
Okay. Go for it.
Okay.
Go.
So the blank logo called a bagel is composed of a word mark with a delicate yet instantly recognizable graphical element inside it. The bagel emblem replaces the letter O of the brand's name and is sometimes used on its own. The symbol became iconic and recognizable and does not need any lettering to represent the brand. So if you write the entire name of the brand and replace the O with the bagel, that is also fine. But if you separately show them the bagel, people understand that this is the brand. The brand is named after a biblical hero, more likely to suggest the strength of the products that they make. Fill in the blank with the brand.
Is this Apollo tires?
Not Apollo tires. Going to
Fuck
Jitendra.
yeah.
Sorry, going to Raj.
Biblical hero strength, I can think of Samson. So Am I on the right track, Aditya?
अब स्पून फीड थोड़ी करूंगा, आंसर दे मेरे को.
Sir, bagel. Okay. I know the biblical hero. Yeah, give me points for that.
I don't want the biblical hero. I need the brand.
Okay. The brand is named after bagel emblem, replaces the letter O, and is named after this guy. Symbol became iconic. पता नहीं, सैमसंग से मेरे को सैमसंग याद आ रहा है, पर उसमें कहीं पे ओ नहीं है और बेगल भी नहीं है, so not that. See, this is why kids, they say a little knowledge is dangerous. नहीं पता यार, pass.
Okay, going to Jitendra.
I'm not sure if you can give me a hint about if it's a food company or not.
I can't tell that. I mean, already there's one round gone.
Oh, seems to be a food company, so I'll just guess that a food company which has O in it. McDonald's. McDonald's also. I know it's not McDonald's, but
Yeah, not McDonald's. Going to Ava.
Is it Samsonite?
Brilliant answer. It is Samsonite. So Samsonite fetches Ava 10 more points.
Thank you, Raj.
You're welcome. Aditya, give me points.
I'll give you fun points for Samsung. Because I knew the moment you said Samsung, koi to kar hi lega crack.
Yep.
My first option was कि तू ही crack करेगा, but you didn't. But so okay.
यार सैमसंग पे अटक गया ना मैं, तो फिर अभी क्या?
So since Ava got this correct, the next direct is again for Shreya. Now in 2016, a billionaire industrialist claimed that one of his dream products could not match the consumer's expectations and hence it failed miserably, despite the struggle to break even for almost 8 years in the market. The product was discontinued in 2018 and he went on record to say that the failure had nothing to do with the manufacturing altogether. What are we talking about? What exactly is this incident? म्यूट पे तू. श्रेया म्यूट पे है.
I'm gonna go with like Amazon, but it was fucking successful. But I don't like Bezos. That's all. Thank
Okay.
you for now.
Not Amazon. Going to Raj.
It's the Tata Nano.
Aditya, it was a fun answer. Give
So
me
I gave
some
you
to
fun
points, yeah.
points. What were you saying?
Nano, the car.
What about it?
The car didn't, like, it wasn't successful, right? He sold
why?
it for like 1 lakh ka car. That was the dream of the consumers.
But there's something more. I mean, I am giving you part points for Nano, but I want you to tell me what exactly was the reason that the industrialist gave.
Did some cars spontaneously combust or something while working, like while being driven?
Those are MI phones.
Okay. I don't know. See, the yellow font reminded me of a Nano, so I have to thank you for that. And I don't know what reason he gave. I'm assuming that people had more expect. I don't know. It's like proper viva you're taking from all of us today. नहीं पता यार. I am happy with the part points.
Okay, I'll give you for Nano. I'll give you part points. Going to Jitendra for the reason.
What other answer you looking for?
What exactly was the reason? He said that the manufacturing had nothing to do with the failure. Something else was. So what was it?
Hmm. It was the cheapest car at the time. So,
Okay.
but I don't think it would count as a failure. So, maintenance cost.
Okay. So I'll go for one more shot. If Ava does not get it, I'll give part points to Jitendra. Ava.
I have two options. I think there was a problem with the production itself, not the manufacturing, but the production plant. In that they were not able to keep up, not with the demand, but they had some issues, which they had to move production to another plant, which caused like a humongous backlog of cars, which people were not getting on time, and they were really mad about it.
So you're talking about shifting it from West Bengal to Gujarat, which
Yes.
created the backlog, but not the right answer. So I'll close this question here with around 4 points to Raj for the nano part, and for claiming that there was something to do with the cheapest car. It was still not the reason, but I'll give 3 points to Jitendra for the thing. So the cheapest car was the fault that he made. He marketed Nano as the cheapest car, whereas he should have done it as the most affordable car. The reason why it was called the cheapest car, people did not
Okay.
actually entrust the car with their money. So that was the problem. Ratan Tata went on record and said that. So with 4 points to Raj and 3 points to Jitendra, the next direct will be to Shreya, because the last attempt was made by Ava. So this entire list, just read this list. You just need to understand what this list is and who are the two people that I've hidden, the names of the two people whom I've hidden.
This is guys. This is this white tiger is Arvind Adiga, and
Okay.
inheritance of losses Kiran Desai. Sorry
And
about that.
what is this list?
Is this the Booker Prize list?
Brilliant answer. So this is a list of the Booker Prize winners, and these are Kiran Desai and Arvind Adiga. So full 10 points to Shreya for this, which brings the next direct again to Raj, which is again a list question. So there's one very specific connect, which is the obvious one, and there's another connect, which is not so obvious. I mean, for some people it is very obvious, but yes. Dear John, Better Than Revenge, Teardrops on My Guitar, Out of the Woods, Begin Again, so on and so forth. In this particular list, what exactly is the common factor? So there are two common factors. You can tell me both, but I am looking for one which is the least, which is not that popular. The more usual, the very generic answer is you can give it to me, but I'm looking for the other one.
You give me point for either, like for
No. If you tell me the common one, I won't give you points. But if you tell me the uncommon one or the one that not a lot of people know, then I'll give you the points.
Okay. See, the first thing I can think right now is Taylor Swift. Is that remotely
common
close to? Okay. I wish that was not the common one. There's another connect, is what you're saying, and it's not as popular, correct?
Shreya, please calm down.
Okay. Is it related to Taylor Swift? Or is it like entirely unrelated?
I can't answer that. I mean, since it's the common thing is there as a part, let's just assume that obviously there's something to do with Taylor Swift anyway.
Okay. Death Note better than one. Funny, whenever you give me music questions, the songs start playing in my head and then I can't think. So,
If you know these
are
songs,
these?
then you will obviously understand the link.
Did she write these about people she was with and then broke up with, or was it related to her romantic life?
I'll give it to you entirely correct. So these are all breakup songs or the songs that Taylor Swift wrote as from an inspiration taken from breakups. So
Dear
yeah,
John was for John Mayer, right?
yeah. So Raj gets his first 10 points of the quiz, bringing the next direct to Jitendra. Having grown up in Minnesota, the Coens were more than familiar with the idiosyncrasies of the Minnesota nice accent, but much of the cast, including McDormand and Macy, needed coaching to get the intricacies right. The actors were even given copies of the scripts with extensive pronunciation notes. According to dialect coach Larissa Coconut, who also appeared as one of the prostitutes, Gare and Carl, rendezvous within Brainerd, the musicality of the Minnesota nice accent comes from a place of wanting people to agree with each other and get along. This homey sensibility contrasted with the ugly crimes committed throughout the movie. This is of course one of the major reasons why the dark comedy is such an enduring classic. I just want you to tell me what movie are we talking about. I'll just tell you right away that the Coens that were mentioned in the first line, they are the directors.
क्या बात है?
Did you say something, Jeet?
Me? No,
Yeah.
not yet. Question to copies of notes. Coming to direct coach. That is this Scarface? No.
Sorry, what was the answer?
Just a second. Oh, it's a 3 Missouri something. Are Billboard. Am I on the right track?
No. So if you could just give me a final
Okay,
answer
that could
or a
be, I
guess.
think, because okay. The dark comedy. Favorites?
Not favorites. Going to Ava.
Sorry, I couldn't hear Jitendra. What was the movie that you said?
Favorites.
Before the favorites, you said one more thing. Right?
3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri, but that is not a right
the right
answer.
answer. I have no idea. Romy and Michelle's high school reunion.
Okay, not the right answer. Going to Shreya.
It's Fargo! Nancy McDormand.
So, yep, Fargo is the right answer. And 10 more points to Shreya for this. Bringing the next direct to Raj. In 1806, devout Baptist English immigrant who was a soap and candle maker, William X, established a starch, soap, and candle factory on Dutch Street in New York. Under the name William X and Company, in 1833, he suffered a severe heart attack, stopping his business's sales. And after a recovery, he continued with his business. And by the 1840s, the company began selling individual cakes of soap in uniform weights. In 1857, X died, that is William X died, and the company was reorganized as X and Company instead of William X and Company, under the management of his devout Baptist son Samuel, who did not want to continue the business but thought it would be the right thing to do at that point. In 1872, he introduced Cashmere Bouquet, a perfumed soap. In 1873, the company introduced something which was sold in jars. And by 1896, the company sold the same product, which was sold in jars, in a tube, which was invented by Washington's Sheffield. Now, also in that same year, 1896, X hired Martin Ittner and under his direction founded one of the first applied research labs for X and Company. By 1908, they initiated mass sales of the product, which was being sold in tubes. At that point, William's other son, James, was a primary trustee of the X University, which was named after William X, but earlier it was Madison University. So the name of the company that we know is X. Now, commonly now it's called X. The surname is X. The university's name was changed to X, which is also the name of the company. So that is what you have to tell me. What exactly is X?
Product, toothpaste or something. X University. They're just shouting at the screen. I wish I could, like, I knew lip reading or something. मेरे को आ जाता answer.
Raj, I don't know the answer. I'm just shouting at the question, just like just expressing my frustration. कि ये क्या है?
X is still a company, right? They still exist.
Yeah.
The X and company से मुझे Bain याद आता है, but I don't think Bain sells soaps.
Bain sells false hopes.
Exactly. Under his direction, founded one of the first applied research labs. I don't know, Star Lab from the Flash. Is my fun answer because I don't know the real answer. So pass.
Okay, for Star Labs, there's a fun point to you. And we now go to Jitendra.
Okay. See, literally, I have no clue about this. So I'll just give the fun answer. It's a lovely university.
Good track. I mean, in a lot of aspects, if you change New York to Ludhiana, it works.
Really?
If you change New York to Ludhiana, it works for Lovely also. But not the right answer. Going to Ava.
Is it Colgate University?
Yeah, so it is Colgate. Colgate is the right answer.
मुझे लगा था toothpaste है.
Yeah, thanks, Raj.
Brilliant guess and brilliant help by Raj. So 10 points
Thank
to
you,
Ava.
Ava, because I would have never gone there.
This is introduce helper points or something. I'll win.
So
But it's like the passer in the goal wala
Helper
person.
point.
Oh, like
Assist.
assist.
So yeah, with Colgate, Ava gets 10. So the next direct is for Shreya. Now, the Forest Service Institute of India is the civil service training institute in New Delhi, where Indian Foreign Service officers are trained. The institute functions under the Ministry of External Affairs under the Government of India. This institute is headed by the Dean of Foreign Service Institute, who is an officer of the Indian Forest Service of the rank of Secretary or Joint Secretary to the government. Now, like any other institute of the civil services, this institute also has a name which is given after a significant personality to that particular category. So, for example, Labasna is for IAS, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel is for IPS. Same way for IFS, there's a particular person named after which FSI has also been renamed. I want you to just tell me who is that person.
I don't know this, yeah. I would say like Vallabhbhai Patel, but that's just history knowledge. I don't think it's right.
Not Vallabhbhai Patel. So going to Raj.
Yeah, I was counting on you to get this. मैंने पढ़ा भी नहीं था क्वेश्चन ठीक है इंस्टीट्यूट हेड ओके to give significant personality to the category foreign services significant personality IIFT or something no clue IIFT is my guess
IIFT, Indian Institute of Foreign Trade, is not the right answer.
obviously
And there has no person in that name. So
that too
not the right answer. Going to Jitendra.
Hmm. That person was an officer also in the Indian Foreign Service.
No.
He's just a significant personality.
Significant
Okay.
personality to that particular field of administration or
Got it.
legislation.
Abdul Kalam maybe.
Not APJ Abdul Kalam. Going to Ava.
Is it Rajiv Gandhi?
Not Rajiv Gandhi. So I'll go another round with Shreya. The hint, which is also mentioned time and again in this question, is the Ministry of External Affairs. So focus on Ministry of External Affairs and try to figure out who exactly is a very prominent figure.
I have a fun answer.
Just give me an
Sushma
answer because
Swaraj, because why not? But that's all I know.
Exactly. Why not? That's why I was gonna say that you shouldn't have it as a fun answer.
Oh,
Sushma Swaraj Institute of Foreign Services is what it has been renamed. So
it's been renamed. I was thinking.
Aditya, can I just go for a pee break?
We are almost at the end.
Okay, fine. I'll wait. I just had a little bit of Sorry.
You should avoid that in the next match. Just saying. So with Sushma Swaraj, Shreya gets 5 points, and the next direct goes to Raj.
Now you did get it in the end. What is it with me and lists? Sorry, please go on.
What is this list, which is non-exhaustive, indicative of? So,
volcanoes.
But
please complete your answer.
No. Your answer. My question. What
Your
about
question. Are these active volcanoes and the last time they erupted?
I'll give it to you. These are all the eruptions, volcanic eruptions of the 21st century.
Yay! I remember Krakatoa from an earlier
quiz. Yeah, we remember that for Kritika. So now with this brilliant answer, we go to the next direct for Jitendra. Jitendra is apparently getting all the verbose questions. Now, this is a mythology question.
Oh man.
While riding on an elephant, a lord came across sage Durvasa, who offered him a special garland given to him by a nymph, which he accepted and placed it on the trunk of Eravat as a test to prove that he was not an egoistic lord. The flowers had a strong scent that attracted some bees, and those bees annoyed the elephant, because of which the elephant threw the garland on the ground. Now, this particular step actually enraged the sage, as the garland was supposed to be a dwelling of Shri or fortune, and was to be treated as a prasad or religious offering. Durvasa cursed him, that is the lord, and all other lords to be bereft of all strength, energy, and fortune that they have. Now, in battles following the incident, the lords were defeated and the demons led by Bali gained control over the universe. The lords sought Vishnu's help, who advised them to treat this in a diplomatic manner, for which they formed an alliance with the demons to start a diplomatic sport and share the prize. However, Vishnu told the lords that he would somehow arrange for them alone to obtain the prize. Identify the context of this story. What did this story lead to, or what is this the
Is it the Samudra Manthan?
Brilliant answer. It is the Samudra Manthan. So the diplomatic sport that it was between the demons and the lords was the churning of the ocean. And Jeet again gets 10 points for Samudra Manthan. With this, we come to the last question for Ava. Dwayne Johnson, or The Rock, is a WWE wrestler turned actor. He's considered as one of the highest paid actors in Hollywood currently. However, his fee never increased in a gradual manner, as the debutant of 2002 got his name into Guinness Book of World Records by becoming the highest paid debut with a fee of 5.5 million. Name the movie for which he was paid this fee.
Is it? Shit. Was he in Fast and Furious? I'm just gonna say Fast and Furious.
Is your answer Fast and Furious?
Yeah.
Okay, not Fast and Furious. Going to Shreya.
Is it the Scorpion King?
Brilliant answer. It is the Scorpion King, for which The Rock was paid 5.5 million for this very bad CGI. With this, we come to an end of today's quiz, and we don't need a tiebreaker. Let me just calculate the scores.
Shreya, you already win. You should let it go, no?
हाँ श्रेया पास करना था, मेरे को आता था ये.
और क्या, मेरे को भी
मेरे दिमाग में चल रहा था मम्मी रिटर्न्स, मम्मी एंड ऑल. I was like fuck Scorpion King.
So great. So we don't need a tiebreaker today. We don't need a tiebreaker, and the scores are at Jitendra with 18 points, Raj at 29, Ava has 35, and Shreya is today's winner with 77 points. So Ava and Shreya both qualified.
How many points? Aditya, once again, these guys are like, people are going crazy here because I'm somewhere else.
Okay, 77.
Thank you. Oh my God.
77
Thank you, Aditya.
77, and on the fun points, now we have a tie between Anand and Raj with both at 8 points.
What?
So yes, both of you will have a chance to increase that score and become one winner of the fun point. So
ऐसे मैं नहीं
congrats.
हूँ अभी आगे.
Oh, sorry. So yeah, I mean, you still have you are on the tiebreaker wala part. So yes, congratulations Shreya and Ava to qualify into the semis, and thank you Jeet and Raj for playing on today's quiz. With this, we'll meet again in the next semi-final. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Aditya. Thank you so much.
Yeah, oh my
Thanks,
God, I can't believe I'm in
Aditya.
a semi-final. What the hell? Was
I
not
can't believe I got 1
Congrats.
point.
Congrats, Ava. See you soon.
Thank you. Congratulations to you too. Also, I